Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something I am absolutely obsessed with. You know, for us women who love to travel, that call of the wild is incredibly strong. But let's be real, sometimes the logistics of pulling it off can feel pretty daunting. Well, today, we're exploring a seriously brilliant solution: Bench Africa's totally unique 12-day, ladies-only Kenya safari. As someone who loves a good adventure, I can tell you firsthand that finding an itinerary that perfectly balances fierce independence with, a really solid support system is rare. So throughout this explainer, we're going to see exactly how Bench Africa has crafted an experience that empowers women to literally take a walk on the wild side. Okay, let's dive into this. Solo female travel is honestly one of the most rewarding ways you can possibly see the world. But let's be honest, it often comes with a very specific set of hurdles, right? We're talking about safety anxieties, the potential for loneliness on those really long stretches of road, and of course, that awful financial penalty the travel industry just loves to slap on solo wanderers. But what if your ultimate solo adventure came with a built-in sisterhood? Here is our roadmap for today. 1. A safari designed for women. 2. Safety, savings, and sisterhood. 3. Into the Kenyan wilderness. 4. Lakes, leopards, and Maasai Mara. And 5. Real stories from past travelers. Section 1. A safari designed for women. Overcoming the hurdles. Now, what's really interesting about this approach is how it completely flips the script on typical solo travel. Usually, going it alone means facing that dreaded single supplement tax, where you're forced to pay a premium just for, well, traveling by yourself. Combine that with totally natural safety anxieties when you're in remote areas, and a dream trip can quickly become stressful. But Bench Africa offers this incredibly empowering alternative. We're talking zero single supplements for solo travelers, unmatched security, and the instant camaraderie of a small group of just 4 to 10 women. It is a total game changer. Section 2. Safety, savings, and sisterhood, the core benefits. Beyond the massive financial relief of having absolutely no single supplement, your entire journey is escorted by a local Kenyan female guide. This is phenomenal. Not only does she ensure absolute security, but she provides this deeply authentic female perspective on local culture and traditions that you just wouldn't get anywhere else. Add to that highly skilled, dedicated drivers, a super secure airport hotel arrival zone to really cushion your landing, and even emergency air rescue included right in the package. All of this just builds a foundation of absolute peace of mind. It allows that built-in female camaraderie to truly flourish, so you can just relax and soak in the magic. Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 3. Into the Kenyan wilderness, the Eastern Wilderness, and Mount Kilimanjaro. Here's a look at the timeline for the first half of your 12-day itinerary. Day 1 is all about a completely secure, totally seamless arrival in Nairobi at the Crown Plaza Hotel, which is right at the airport in a highly protected zone. So, no traffic, no stress. By days 2 and 3, you're boarding a scenic railway journey straight into Tsavo East National Park. Day 4 takes you right into the stunning volcanic landscapes of Tsavo West, and then days 5 and 6 fully immerse you in the Amboseli ecosystem and the incredibly rich Maasai culture. Let's just paint a picture of what you're actually seeing on days 2 and 3. Tsavo East is Kenya's largest protected area. Imagine this. You're staying at Sitao Camp, which literally has its very own watering hole. You look out and you see vast herds of these magnificent dust-red elephants. The soil there is this vibrant ochre red, and the elephants cover themselves in it. Watching them wallow, roll, and playfully spray each other in the midnight blue waters of the palm-shaded Galana River, it is absolutely one of the most vivid, sensory experiences you can have in all of Africa. Then, by day 5, the landscape dramatically shifts as you arrive at the Ellerai Conservancy. You are now right near the foot of Africa's largest mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro, and this is where that female-led dynamic truly shines. Instead of just observing the culture from behind the glass of a vehicle, you actually spend an afternoon connecting directly with local Maasai ladies during an authentic, hands-on bead-making class. It's this wonderful, shared moment of sisterhood across cultures, where you're learning a traditional skill straight from the incredible women who have perfected it. Section 4. Lakes, leopards, and Maasai Mara, the Great Rift Valley. As we guide you through the final days, you'll really notice the transition in the environment. Days 7 and 8 take you out to the beautiful shores of Lake Naivasha. Then, days 9 and 10, this is the crown jewel of the trip. You're exploring the famous savanna plains of the Maasai Mara. Day 11 takes you over to Lake Nakuru for some seriously incredible rhino and leopard spotting, before day 12 finally brings you safely back to Nairobi for your journey home. What I absolutely love about this itinerary is how incredibly interactive it is. You are not just sitting in a 4x4 all day. At Lake Naivasha, you're taking a scenic boat ride right across the water, which leads into step 2, a totally unique game walking safari on Crescent Island. Think about that. You are literally walking on the exact same ground as the wildlife. Then, when you reach the Saravamara game camp in the Maasai Mara, you get an immersive cooking class with the camp's local experts. It's just a brilliant, brilliant mix of wildlife observation and hands-on tactile learning. Section 5. Real stories from past travelers. The sisterhood in action. The best way to truly understand this is through the women who've done it. Our first quote is from Suzanne Langford. She really points out the magic of the group dynamic, highlighting the, quote, opportunities to travel with like-minded, strong women with intrepid spirits and a great sense of fun and adventure. She goes on to say that the animal safaris were life-changing. And that right there is the perfect blend, isn't it? Serious fun combined with a deep, meaningful connection to the wild. So the crucial point here is brought up by Estelle Hobbins. She says, our lady guide and driver ensured that we were kept safe and well-informed. She also adds that the operators have touring down to a fine art. And, when you're traveling as a woman, just knowing that every single detail is managed to an artistic level of perfection and that your safety is the absolute priority, it allows you to truly let go and just enjoy the ride.
And this quote brilliantly illustrates the personal touch of the whole journey. Sumagatu actually mentions her team by name. Our guide Pesh is an excellent, knowledgeable guide. We had fantastic drivers, Sammy and Steve. But honestly, the most beautiful part of Sue's story is how she describes speaking to the local women. She realized that despite all the cultural differences, they actually share the exact same ideas and issues, creating what she so beautifully called a soul sister connection. I mean, that right there is the beating heart of this entire experience. Which brings us to our final thought. We've seen exactly how Bench Africa has completely removed the barriers of the single supplement. We've seen the unmatched security provided by expert female guides and dedicated drivers. And we've mapped out a breathtaking journey from the red elephants of Tsavo all the way to the soul-stirring plains of the Maasai Mara, all shared with a vibrant tribe of intrepid women. The African wilderness is calling. So, are you ready to answer? Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep exploring, stay curious, and I'll catch you next time.